Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, it's Wednesday. Is that crazy or what? It's Wednesday. Wasn't I just here? Yeah, like Friday. Hello, happy Wednesday. If you're here live with me, say hi. Um, hey, Tulio. So nice to see you. Oh, is it Tuelio? Tuelio. Tuelio. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. It's definitely not intentional for sure. Hello, 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 everybody. And if you're watching this on the replay, hello on the replay as well. Hey Sunflower, haven't seen you in a while. How are things? Hey Eureka, so nice to see you. I gotta be really transparent with you guys. I did not want to show up for y'all today. Yeah, you missed last week. That's okay, Sunflower. I've been busy with clients, so it's been hard for me to have a set schedule for the meditations on Fridays and for the lives on Wednesdays. Hey, Khalid, so nice to see you. The fact that you missed it is like totally fine. So welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I want to know how you guys are feeling. Hey, Della, so nice to see you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm struggling. I don't know about you guys. A lot of my clients, well, clients, um, have been struggling as well. So there's definitely a collective energy. I know what's happening. I know what's going on. It took me a minute to figure it out myself. You're struggling also, call it, right? So you guys try this on like a code. If it doesn't feel well, take it. Yeah, you've been feeling weird, Sunflower, right? Well, today especially, I kind of feel like I'm in between. I just feel like I'm in between. You guys know that feeling like where you're just kind of in between. Della, I've been struggling too after a really good streak. So I've been confused, right? Jules, hey Jules. Yeah, struggling miserable, Tulio says. Yes. Hey Debbie, so nice to see you. That's exactly it. So, you know what? I think this is what's happening on a collective level, at least for like the last 2 weeks, and definitely for sure today. Because a lot of times I will feel energetic frequencies before they happen. And when I say that, I'm talking like astrological influences, right? I mean, granted, tonight slash today's full moon. Okay, we got that. We got that. And it is about release and letting go. Hey, Yashika, so nice to see you. So there's that. But a lot of times I'll like start feeling an energy or frequency that I've got to be able to regulate and manage within myself. And then they show up for my clients. So that's what I mean by like I have a tendency to feel frequencies earlier or before they show up. It's like an astro and that's the connection with the astro, with the cosmos for sure. I know that. Hey Jules, you've been having extreme highs or extreme lows. Last week can't seem to grasp grounding. Right. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Della, it's so hard for me to know when it's anxiety or intuition or that something bad is actually going to happen. So frustrating. Yeah. So here's my take on what I think is happening, because I know this is happening personally with me and I am fully and completely struggling. Like completely and totally struggling. And so this is me being transparent, right? Because I don't sugarcoat, I don't BS. I consider myself very honest, transparent, and open. I've been doing a lot of work on myself and I've been having personally like a dark night of the soul for almost 3 years now, three and a half, close to 4 years now. And there's been so many improvements in that time period, right? It's been like incredible growth, emotional, mental, spiritual, which have definitely resulted in an extreme, I'm so grateful, financial benefits. So I've been tackling my emotional body, my mental body, and my spiritual body. But what have I not been tackling is my physical body, right? So here, let's just say we have a table, yes? I don't have an example, but let's say you have a table, right? You have four legs that hold that table steady. Having three out of those four legs is not going to have that table steady. So this is like a steady table of emotional, physical, mental, and well, emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, right? Well, when I have been putting so much effort into my emotional, mental, and spiritual, but not my physical, this is it, right? So, for me personally, now I'm not saying it has to do with you physically. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. But consistent, okay, so if you guys have worked with me one on one, for those of you, this is just like a beautiful review. For those of you who haven't, this is like an education, right? We all know the nature, well, not all of us, but some of us here know the nature of energy, which is that it continuously moves, cannot be destroyed, can only be transmuted, changed, transformed, but never destroyed. For that to happen, it's always moving. So what causes that movement is momentum. Yes. What causes momentum is consistency. So you have your consistency, which creates your momentum, which causes complete and total movement. And that's what energy is. It's just, it continuously moves. So for us, when we're dealing with our mental and emotional and spiritual bodies, right, there are different levels of vibrational frequency within that non-physical world, because emotions are energy in motion, they're non-physical vibrational frequencies, right? They're not material, they're not dense, they're not mass, they're not matter, which are lower vibrational frequencies. However, within the realm of higher vibrational frequencies, you can still have different degrees and different levels of vibrational frequencies, right? So, when you're constantly working on those higher vibrational frequencies of the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual energetic frequencies, and you're not focusing on those physical frequencies, which are lower and slower, it's going to cause an out of alignment balance, right? So ideally, we want to be dealing with our mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, right? So here's the thing. Here's where we're at, you guys. So many of us, and I know a lot of us here who are watching right now. And again, you have to understand, birds of a feather, right? So if you're watching this, whether it's replay or live, you and I have very similar vibrational frequencies in this now moment, because we can only go moment by moment by moment. Yes. So we're probably all experiencing something very similar, which means we've been doing some sort of personal development or some sort, or have had some sort of awakening or awareness that how we used to be just isn't working for us anymore. Therefore, we know something's got to give in order for us to create that new reality or to manifest something better, whatever that is, even if we don't know what it looks like. Many of us know what it looks like. What's this little shih tzu mix doing? What you doing, little one? You stuck? You're stuck. There you go. Little partner in crime get all kind of like racked up there. So a lot of us have been doing this personal development and we've made shifts and changes in our lives, right? And we've gotten fantastic results, right? And we've been blessed in many, many ways. But what happens when we're still in the meantime, in between time of integration of everything that we've come across, everything that we have moved through us, right, you guys? So, in order for there to be any kind of shift or change or transformation to happen, there has to be something physical. There has to be some mass or matter, right? Because that is actually what changes consciousness, right? So we are humans, we are a body, and our higher soul is our consciousness, it's our awareness, right? And what that consciousness and awareness does, our higher self, that's the divine part of ourselves. What it does is it uses the body, the thoughts, and the feelings and the physical body as a vehicle for transformation. So, no transformation can happen without this goddamn human body. Okay. I see that you guys are all writing in, but I just don't want to lose this train of thought because I think I might be channeling this. I'm not sure. But when it comes in like this, I just want to go with it. So please forgive me for, I'll come back to y'all. Um, so without having any type of physical manifestation, there's no way the consciousness can change. There's no way the awareness can happen. Let's take COVID for an example, right? Something had to physically happen in order for there to be a consciousness expansion or awareness, which is what was happening from an energetic perspective, spiritual perspective, which is an awakening and ascension, right? Because clearly what we were used to doing wasn't working, so we had to be shaken and knocked up, right? So it has to happen on a physical level first. Well, this is Mother Earth doing this. Bless her heart. And we live on her, so we're being affected as well. So again, it has to happen on something physical like a planet before it can happen into, some sort of consciousness or awareness or expand, awakening awareness, right? So many of us have been doing work and we've been getting results. Now, because we do experience anxiety, which is just excessive amounts of energy that we're not regulating, we're not balancing, we're not managing, we're not necessarily getting those results right away, but they're showing up once we calm the fuck down, right, you guys? So, what's happening is this integration between the body and the consciousness expansion. And it puts us in this really weird place that we're not used to. And so, not only does it oftentimes produce more anxiety because of the unfamiliarity, but it's not anything tangible that we can put our hands on or we could use human words to describe. So we just kind of feel weird, which is an energy. So once again, we're being gifted an opportunity. And I'm saying that so facetiously with so much sarcasm because I literally was like bawling my eyes out this morning. And like I said, when I first started this whole conversation, I didn't want to show up here. I didn't want to be here because I'm having feels, I'm having emotions. I don't have human words to put to them, but that's part of that energy integration because everything's just energy. So the whole point is the body is the vehicle. The thoughts are the vehicles and the uh feelings, the body, the thoughts and the feelings are the vehicle for this expansionness, this this consciousness expansion to happen. So it's a matter of giving ourselves permission to let this energy move through us. So we don't bypass, we don't run away, we actually go into it, which is why I showed up for you because I'll be flat out honest, I do not want to be here. I'm terribly exhausted. I want to be in bed cuddling with my little shih tzu. That's what I want to be doing. I'm exhausted. I had clients this morning. I saw them. I was working on some marketing stuff that I need to do. And now I'm showing up for you guys. And I still have some physical crap that I need to do, right? But I don't want to be here because it just feels weird. It feels odd. It's like in this weird in between time. And that shit's not human. So, whatever you're going through right now, oh my God, you guys, it's hard work because it's not familiar and it's not human. And you are a spiritual being of pure energy and light that is mixing or melding or meshing, whatever you want to call it, with physical, slower vibrational frequencies. And that does not feel good to integrate. So of course we're having a really hard time, right? And then on top of that, oh, that's your own personal energy system, right? Well, what about all those other humans that have their electromagnetic fields, right? Energy influences energy. And then on top of that, what about Mother Earth? And then what on top of that, the other planets. And on top of that, the whole cosmos. What about other galaxies, y'all? We're getting this because light is energy. But it has to be integrated through a physical conduit, which is the human body. It's the earth suit. It's designed for this, you guys. So nothing's going wrong. Just a lot of our humans are glitching. That's the way I call it, right? So, like, our higher soul is like doing its expansion. I can never say consciousness expansion, right, Chelsea? Yeah, consciousness expansion using the body in order to do that because it can't do it without the body. And then it becomes enlightened. Yay, enlightenment. But what does enlightenment do? Literally make space for more light to come in to drudge up the darkness, which is just an ignorance of our spirituality. It's not like evil, right? It's just a lack of awareness. It's all darkness is and shadow is, right? Nothing to fear. So, as we become enlightened, and this is happening to so many people right now, as many of us are becoming more enlightened, we go back into this cycle of now that light literally comes in. Because remember, light is an energy wave made of subatomic particles that move at a certain pace and in a certain pattern. And that shit comes from the sun, the moon, the air. It comes, it's prana, right? It's life force. So it comes into us, which is made of both the shadow and the light, the dark and the light. So our enlightenment expands our consciousness and awareness only to bring in more light, to dig up that dark. But the thing is, we're not taught that this is okay. Like, this is what the human body is designed to do. We're not taught that. So we have to learn that. And how do we learn? Through experience, right? And for those of us that can understand, know, see, feel, whatever, that there's more than just the physical realm, we get this. We're willing to do that consciousness expansion to be of service to others. So that's kind of like my story. That's what I'm going through right now. I'm being completely and totally honest with you guys because it's not that I don't love you guys. I'm like so happy, actually. I'm feeling better now that you're here. That's called co-regulation, right? So I'm really happy you guys are here. But this work is not easy, even though the human body is designed to move energy. So that's what we're doing. And I'm struggling. It's very interesting. I've gotten to a point in my evolution that I'm now struggling with rebelliousness and extremeness of, extremeness is like, it has to be this way or that way, right? So it's yet again a type of control, right? And then there's a rebelliousness that's coming out of me, which is bringing out a lot of anger, actually. And then on top of that, I started to have some real grief today, I started really missing my dog and I started missing my friend. And like the tears are starting to come up because it's just the body releasing energy because this is what the body is supposed to do. So this is me moving energy right in front of you and not stopping myself and not bypassing myself, right? But the thing is the human body is designed to do this, but we're not taught that that's okay. And so it can be a very scary thing. And that's why it's really great to get support through this process. But that's what's been happening this past 2 weeks, week and a half, is this almost like uncomfortable unfamiliarity with the truth, which is we are spiritual beings using the human vehicle of the body, the thoughts, and and the feelings to expand consciousness. And that's what's been going on. And that's why there's been heightened anxiety, and that's why there's been grief and loss and a lot of anger and just all of the things. And it when you're feeling it all together, and you have the unfamiliarity of being able to label or identify what that emotion is. Remember, emotions are feelings, but they're feelings that are continuously moving. So they're energy in motion, right? So you're here like, well, what the fuck's going on? And that is the non human part. So it's like the non human part of us has been activated. Like we're really transforming and it's really unfamiliar. And this, if you're not feeling this, it's not that you're not capable of feeling this. It just maybe that you haven't gone into it further enough and or yeah, maybe deep enough and it's just you're not ready for it or it's just not your time. So it'll happen down the road. But that's awesome because there are those of us that are doing this right now who will be able to catch and hold you when it is your time, right? So I know that was a really long ass explanation, but that's what my clients have been going through this week, and that's what I personally have been going through this week too. What's going on with you, Shih Tzu Mix? Oh, come here, come say hello to everybody. She's being a little naughty. Um, so that's kind of what's been going on. So if you've been experiencing anything like that, that's the collective energy that's kind of happening, right? So let me just scroll through here right now so I can like address what y'all were saying. I just, this stuff was just coming through me and I just wanted to make sure that I was explaining it. Yeah, Khaled is saying that's exactly it. Um, come on. Oh, great. So my computer's like being all weird. Of course. Whatevs. Page unresponsive. Live streaming. Wait. I don't even know what's happening. Page unresponsive. See, I can't do anything. This is lovely. It's still recording. Oh no, it's not.